What is up, you guys? How's it going? I'm Charmx, and I am I am mad today. I am very mad today. I woke up this morning, like 2 hours earlier than normal, to hearing my dad yelling at my dog to go outside. Now, when I heard that originally, I thought, because we have two dogs here, and one of them is a lot older, and she's been going to the washroom in the house now because she's losing control of everything. And the dog that my dad was yelling at was not that dog, it was the younger one, which is more or less of a puppy. And when I heard my dad yelling at that dog, I'm like, oh no, is that dog trying to go to the washroom in the house now, just like the old dog? But no, turns out the puppy got sprayed by a skunk. So, this morning we had to go and clean for half an hour, wash the dog. So, yeah, I'm a little bit mad. I'm a little bit mad that I had to go and do that, and the fact that I got up a couple hours earlier than normal. Anyway, that's how my morning's been so far. With that being said, welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna be reacting to my mom's cruel and unusual punishments by The Odd Ones Out. Now, for those of you who don't know, The Odd Ones Out actually has another channel called The Odd Twos Out, and on that channel he made a video with me in the background when he was talking, and I made a video of that, and The Odd Ones Out actually messaged me on Twitter in the DMs. I was not expecting that. That really made my day. That really made my day. So James, if you're watching this, thank you so much for messaging me. I mean, it really means a lot to me. And yeah, anyway, without any further ado, let's begin.
Mr. James, on Saturday morning at 10:03 a.m., you were observed.
Why does his hair look like Logan from X-Men?
Coloring a picture of a dinosaur. Is that true?
Yeah? Can we go to recess?
Even though your mom had repeatedly asked you to clean up your toys, you disobeyed her and colored anyway?
I plead the fifth.
Your Honor, I have no further questions. James, I hereby sentence you to 15 minutes in the timeout corner.
I'm not going back to timeout!
I'm no scientist, but I think moms play a very important role in society. Without moms,
Without moms, no one would exist.
who would drive us to soccer practice? Who else would tell us that it's not okay to eat cupcakes for breakfast? And who else would point at construction workers and say, that's why you need to get a college education, James?
Construction workers actually get paid a decent amount of money, right? So you could get a decent education, or you could, you know, I think most construction companies will actually hire you right out of high school, and you also get paid, like, you get paid decent money. It's not like a CEO kind of money, but it's not like McDonald's money. So, you know, you're kind of in between it, I think. Because I have a lot of cousins and family members who are in construction and stuff like that. Anyway, getting sidetracked.
Oh, and I guess they also give birth to you and take care of you, but like, pfft, anyone could do that. Now, before I talk about how I was raised, I just want to give out this disclaimer that my mom is a great mom. She loves me, at least she used to. If you asked me when I was 15 if my mom was a good mom, 15-year-old me would have said, no. Okay, but like, when I was little, I'd be talking with my friends, and we would be talking about our parents, and they would say stuff like, yeah, my mom lets me stay up till midnight, and she lets me play really graphic and vulgar video games. Yeah, my mom doesn't care if I wear clothes with skulls on them, and she lets me eat an entire tub of ice cream for dinner. My mom lets me play with knives. And I used to—
Oh yeah? Well, my mom makes me clean the dog from getting sprayed by a skunk. Beat that.
think that their moms were so much cooler for letting my friends have that much fun. But now, as an adult, I realize the sad truth, that these kids' moms weren't cooler, they just cared about them less. I'm not—
It's so true. It's so true. I don't know, like, if the moms think the child is, you know, mentally developed enough to the point where they can do things without hurting themselves, that they're, like, mentally mature enough, then I guess they still might be good parents, but for the most part, yeah, if your parents are letting you do some dangerous things, they might not care that much.
saying every mom out there is perfect, but a mom who takes the time to make a responsible member of society is pretty high up on the good mom list. Anyways, I love you, Mom, and now I'll immortalize and monetize some of that love. When I was younger and still in need of adult supervision, my mom would take me and my twin sister out to run errands with her. And as you would expect, we were rowdy and wanted to do our own thing. But my mom was prepared for this. She would bring two—
Was she one of those people who have, like, leashes that you attach to your kids? Because I know people do that, and it's really weird.
Plastic baggies filled with 10 M&Ms, and every time my sister or I misbehaved, she would eat an M&M right in front of us. And she made sure we saw her eat our M&Ms. She didn't give us a warning either. If we did anything
That's hilarious. Look at you did. Look at you did. You see this? It's mine. It's mine. Where would she get that idea? That's hilarious.
Remotely bad, she would say, hey, look at me. And I think that parenting technique is the psychological reason that M&Ms are my favorite candy bar. I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. Something me and my sister really liked doing was hiding in those circular racks of clothes that they have set up in department stores. Being in the middle of one of those racks is such a surreal experience. I totally recommend it. But my mom didn't like it when we had fun, so she had to reach her arm in and try and grab us. Do you need any help? Oh, no, I'm just trying to get something in the back. There's a really nice belt that would be great for spanking my misbehaving children! I was spanked as a kid. Nothing too...
No, I was never spanked. I was never spanked. To my memory. Wait. I think I was really close one time. But to my memory, I don't think I was spanked as a kid. But I have a memory of my brother getting spanked. And it's a weird memory. Like, I don't know what exactly had happened, but I remember my dad sitting, you know, like my brother was on the floor, my dad was sitting kind of like on top of him, and there's like, pow, 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 and for some reason, I think he had like some like crazy grin on his face. Now that could be just my brain making that up, but I do remember him getting spanked at one point, and for some reason I keep on imagining him with like a crazy evil grin on his face. But yeah, for the most part, we were quite well-behaved kids when we were really young.
Too bad. I probably deserved it anyway. I don't remember any specific actions I did that earned a spanking, but I do remember outrunning my mom a lot. Another thing my mom did when I was very little was sometimes when she was washing her hands, she would turn to me and go, achoo, and flick water in my face.
How was your mother doing that to you?
It really bothered me, but I never spoke out about it. And one day I just couldn't handle it anymore and I started crying. Why are you crying? But I was too sad to articulate how I was really feeling. If you ask her about this today, she'll say that she doesn't remember doing that sneeze gag ever, but I remember it vividly. So to get back at her, I put a rubber band around the dish spray.
Oh, you did that. But like a rubber band's so much easier to notice than like clear plastic tape. That's a little bit more difficult.
Sprayer, so when you turn on the sink, it would spray water at you. Come to think of it, I do remember one reason I was spanked. Every time one of my siblings insulted another sibling or told them to shut up, we would have to pay them 50 cents. This resulted in a really weird dynamic when it came to insults. We would get excited when someone called us a name.
Mom, Luke called me a butthole!
That's 50 cents.
Woo! I'm rich!
But sometimes us kids would just be messing around with each other and we didn't really mean the insults.
So we would feel bad taking someone else's 50 cents. Like someone would...
So then, in order to give that 50 cents back because you didn't want to take it, you had to call them a name or something like that? You have this weird economic situation going on? a little mini economy in the house?
Would say, hey James, what's 6 plus 6? And I would say, 9, idiot. And my mom would hear me and say, James, that's 50 cents. And my sister would feel bad, so she would insult me back and say, James, you're an unpleasant person. Aw. Swear words cost you $5. That's why I don't swear in videos. But now I can afford it. So, you, Mom. You piece of
Does she watch these videos?
My mom never washed her mouths out with soap. She wasn't that kind of person, but she did threaten to if we swore. And one time after I said a...
You know, my parents never did that. Threatened to wash my mouth out with soap. I guess that's because I never really swore around them. Like, I'd have this, I don't know, like your brain would switch. Like when you're around your parents and that, you don't swear. But as soon as you're away, click, and then you're a pirate. I guess over the years, you know, you really develop that crazy switch in the brain that allows you to do that.
pretty naughty word. Penis. She said, if you don't behave, I'm going to get the soap. And I said, I don't care, soap tastes good. All right, you big dingus, shove this in your mouth. You won't do it, no balls. So I bit into it and immediately regretted it. Did anyone else's parents put a password on the family computer? Because my parents did, and I didn't know we were the only family that did that. We had a rule in the house that we were only allowed to be on the family computer for however long we read a book for. But luckily, I would just read a book for 15 minutes, get my mom to type in the password, and then she would just forget that I was on the computer and let me stay on for hours. And I played a lot of Neopets and RuneScape. Also, I wasn't allowed to have a TV or a computer in my room because then I would have easy access to inappropriate animes. When I was little,
I don't think anime is the right word. Yeah, I think my parents were the same. Well, not really for that particular reason, but they don't want me, or they wouldn't allow me having a TV in my room, which I still don't have. Or like a game system in my room, which I still don't have. The only thing I play video games on is a computer. But I think, you know, eventually, whenever I can move out of this place, I plan to have a TV in my room. I don't know, like, I don't use a TV anymore. I really don't. I just use my my phone, and I watch all my Netflix on there, and I watch YouTube on there. Yeah, I don't use a TV really anymore. There's no point. If my phone can do it all, and I can take the phone basically anywhere, right?
Little cell phones were a thing, but my mom didn't let me have one, so I had to talk to all my friends over a landline. I hope I don't have to explain what that is, because that would make me feel really old.
No, you don't have to explain what that is. We still have one here. We still have one here. I mean, what do you think that is?
And I'm supposed to be in the prime of my life, but basically it meant if I was upstairs in my room talking to a friend, my mom could grab a phone downstairs in the kitchen and just join in our conversation completely uninvited. Didn't matter who I was talking to, I'd be having a conversation like this. I think the reason I internalize and hide away all my problems is because of how invasive my mom is in my personal life.
James, get off the phone and do the dishes.
Mom, I'm on the phone!
Wow, I can't believe you said that to the person who gave birth to you. So what are you two losers talking about?
Luckily, I would almost never be talking to a girl. So at least that didn't happen.
This other time, my mom was giving me and my sister a ride to school, and on the radio, she was listening to the worst subgenre of rock music, Christian rock.
Just kidding, you can like whatever you want.
Anyway, we were pulling up to the school, and I told my mom to turn the music down.
What? Why?
Because I don't want people to think I listen to this, Mom. You see, I was in junior high, so I cared a lot about what other people cared about.
Oh, it's so true. It's so true. When you're in, like, I don't know, I'd say grade 5 or grade 5, and basically almost at the end of high school. Actually, yeah, to the end of high school. You really care what other people think of you. But after you're done that, it basically just decreases from then on, right? Like, after high school to, like, you know, 90 years old or whatever, you just keep caring less and less and less. That's why most old people seem like they're crazy. They just don't care anymore, and they're just letting all their inner insanity out, I guess. That's the best way to put it.
So she turned the music down, but as we stepped out of the car, she turned the volume all the way back up and blasted the music for everyone to hear.
Jesus, take the wheel, take it from me.
Looking back at the situation, I think that's pretty hilarious. GG, Mom. These aren't all the times my mom embarrassed me, but those are all the ones I'm gonna include in this video.
I didn't even mention the time when I was 4 when my twin sister wanted to do ballet lessons, but she didn't want to do them alone, so my mom signed me up for lessons too. But that's a story for another video.
Wow, David. Oh, wow. Why would your mother do that to you? Does she... Did she get some kind of, like, psychological thrill out of that?
And that video will be titled, Top 10 Reasons I'm Gay. That was a joke, Mom. Love you, Mom. You made me like this.
Oh, man, I love this. I love this. And I can relate a pretty good deal to it, a pretty good deal. However, as I said, you know, my parents never spanked me, and I was a pretty well-behaved kid around them. Maybe, you know, not around them, I was a little bit more wild, but for the most part, I was a pretty well-behaved kid. And, yeah, as I said, the only memory I have of anyone getting a spanking was my brother, with my dad making a really weird, kind of face while, like, bow, bow. I don't know if that crazy smile was just me imagining him doing that, or what. I don't know, because I know over time your brain kind of like distorts things. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, possibly share with a friend. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the Odd Ones Out and the Odd Twos Out if you haven't already. What was I saying? Anyway, with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.